Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And here we go again. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, y'all know LeBron James has had a bunch of antics throughout the course of his career that a lot of us have covered. But apparently, some new information came out about something that I had never known. As you guys know, when LeBron joined the Miami Heat, they thought they were going to win at least 5 championships. Hence the reason they were going out there and saying what they were saying. But after they got to the finals in 2011 and saw that it wasn't easy to win championships, things changed. So they went to the finals in 2011. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks. But the following year, they went to the finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they lost to them. And then they went on to play some more. I think they beat the Spurs, and then they lost to the Spurs again. So that was that. But as usually as things go, as time goes on, the truth begins to reveal itself. So I was actually just looking for what to talk about here today, and I didn't see much. Then I saw a post from Man Down Sports talking about Kevin Durant is pissed off with LeBron or something like that. And I'm like, what are we talking about here? Then I started doing some research, and I then began to find out that when OKC was gearing up to start winning championships, when they had Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, I think Thabo Sefolosha, all of these guys. Apparently, LeBron got in the ear of James Harden because he was coming off the bench at the time and basically tried to get him to think about becoming a star of his own team. And by doing so, it fractured that up-and-coming big three, and they would become weaker in the end, and they wouldn't be a threat to the Miami Heat and LeBron James. So Kevin Durant initially brought some information out about that, but then I saw a clip from the Road Trippin' podcast with Kendrick Perkins and Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson, who've all been teammates of LeBron, and they started to admit the same thing. For those of y'all who didn't hear what these guys had to say, I'm going to play their comments for you now, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to these guys here.
You were on the Oklahoma City. Netflix season 2, starting 5, is coming out. There were some clips dropped this morning. Did you see the clip from Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
This one right here. What pissed me off is Bron and D Wade sending tweets out. Congrats to my bro, James Harden, when he was shipping out to Houston. I know Bron and them was so we weren't together no more. We were on they ass. Y'all just scared. Is there truth to that? You were in that locker room, right?
He knew before this. Before James and the tweets came out, before James left. KD came back. They were all at the Olympics, right? They just one gold. James was there. KD was there. Russ was there. And we went into training camp, and KD was like, bro, we going to lose James. And I'm like, what you mean? It's like, bro, we going to lose James. And I was like, why? He was like, Bron, D Wade, all of them was telling him that he needed his own team.
People don't understand the psychological warfare that goes on
that
out
he
there.
needed his own team and this, that, and other. So I'm like, nah, man, JH. And then all of a sudden, the contract negotiators started. And so I went to like holler at James, like, what's up? He was like, nah, I want the max. I want to be a franchise guy. So
and
right
what's
there,
wrong with that?
But again, like I understand living in the past, but like going back and revisiting the past. But if you ask James right now, would he have rather stayed in Oklahoma or had the career that he had when he left? I guarantee you he would have took that career in that path. Because I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be great.
We had the same agent, Rob, at the time. And Rob,
Who was we?
James Harden and myself. Okay. So Rob would be like, man, Channing, I know you hate ASU, but this dude, no, he was like, man, this dude James is gonna be cold from ASU, and I was like, I seen him, he can hoop, and they went to Oklahoma City, James always knew he was never going to be
That guy.
a sixth man.
Right.
Right.
He was a top 5 pick,
I
wasn't
know,
he?
but
No,
that's
I'm
the
just saying,
thing.
I'm just
So
saying.
it's not when James was. They think it's Bron and D Wade. James's whole camp was like, you can't be this for the. You got to be that. This is who you are, which is the Houston thing, and that's why he was so successful. He went to the right spot.
So you heard what they had to say. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. So let me get this straight. LeBron and D Wade and these guys saw that Oklahoma City was going to be a threat going into the future. And since they witnessed that, and they were the elder statesmen compared to those guys because they were older than them, they decided, you know what? We see that this team is going to be a problem in the future. And given the fact that we built this team all to cakewalk the championships, hence the reason we were celebrating the way we were before we even won one, what we now need to do is cause some division within them. Let's go talk to the guy over there that's coming off the bench that probably wants to score more points and make more money, and whisper to him and say, hey, you need to be the star of your own team. And it worked. Because the moment James Harden went to Houston, it was over. It was over. When they got to the finals against the Heat, in 2012, I believe it was, they were still a very, very young team. People calling them babies. They were very, very young, these guys. So can you imagine if they stayed together? Well, look at what the current Oklahoma City Thunder are. Imagine if somebody had come in and messed with that and broke up that core of players that they have. Would they have become what they became today? No. And once again, we have another example of LeBron and these guys running from the damn grind. So instead of trying to find a way to beat them, they ran from them. Can you imagine if Kobe told James Harden to leave the Thunder? Oh, no, he never did that. He just beat them in the playoffs. They beat the Lakers, yeah, but the Lakers beat them. Kobe didn't go over them and say, hey, man, why don't one of y'all leave so you can make it a little bit easier for me to win titles? No, these are the antics that I'm constantly referring to. These are the antics that I constantly refer to. So the guy tried to weaken his. So not only was he trying to dominate the league by making it unfair, he was also trying to ensure that there were no competitors whatsoever. So let's go weaken them. But he got the karma for that later on. Why do I say that? Because KD came back and took a page out of his book and wrote a better wrote a better chapter when he went to Golden State. And he got a taste, LeBron I'm talking about, got a taste of his own medicine for what he tried to create in the NBA. He got a taste of it. And then all of a sudden his fans didn't like it. Before, they loved it. But the minute somebody else did it, he weak. So they're not weak, but KD weak. They all did the same thing. At the end of the result, it was an unfair team at the end of the day. At the end of the day, that was the final result. Regardless of how they got there, they got to the same place at the end of the day. So people are talking about, how was LeBron expected to beat those teams in the final? How were those other teams expected to beat LeBron? When you have a finals MVP, a guy that just led the league in scoring the year before you joined, you got a perennial all-star 20-10 guy in Chris Bosh, and then you have the greatest player in the NBA to his fans at the time on the same team. How is that fair? That don't matter to them. But then you can have some of these wild-ass LeBron fans go out there, there's never been a time LeBron was favored to win in the finals. This is what they say. There's never been a time when he was favored to win at all. And then they sit up there and cry, but how can LeBron beat Golden State? It's so hard for him. I mean, what do you want him to do? Forgetting that that's exactly what he did to the NBA, to his competitors, but want people to feel sorry for him. Like, you just can't make this stuff up, man. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Catch you on the next one. I'm on. Peace.